Hey friends, how's it going? So basically, in the previous video, we talked about events, how to create an event, from the iPad, the computer, and now in this video, we want to do the second thing, which is to set up the frameworks, the templates for our events. Every event must have at least one framework. So now we'll see how to create frameworks. So right now, I'll show you how to create framework. I'll show how to do it from the framework editor on the iPad, and after that, I'll also show how to do it from the web dashboard on the computer, which honestly is much better and more convenient. So I recommend working from there. Now you can see that we have the frameworks page here in our software. You can see all the frameworks you've ever created here. Each framework has a button with 3 dots on it. You can stop using a framework, as you can see here. Once we use it, we'll get this red label, and now it's associated with the event. You can duplicate a framework to edit some small text in it if there's a framework you liked from an event and you just want to use it. And of course, you can also delete a framework. Now let's click on the button to create a new framework, and you'll see that a blank page opens up for us. The first thing we want to do is actually choose the size, and we can do that here. It looks like we have a selection of printers here. For all of you who print, you can actually choose your printer, whatever it may be, and select the page size you want. Why is this useful, and why is it set up this way? Because many times you might end up with a tiny little part on the page that's just white, and we want to prevent that from happening. Each printer has a slightly different size, so you can actually choose your specific printer and the exact page size. And of course, you can also set the size yourself if it doesn't come out right for you. For all of us who don't print, it doesn't really matter. Just stick with DNP and simply change the size you want from here. So right now, we can easily set our classic photo size, which is exactly 4 by 6 inches. Or if you prefer, we can go with the smaller strip option, which measures 2 by 6 inches in total. For now, for the sake of the example, we'll choose 4 by 6. You can also see here that there's padding. This basically determines the spacing from our margins. You can leave it at the default, which is 0, or you can increase it. I recommend setting it to 0. That's the most classic and most attractive option. In addition to those features, you also have here the useful and versatile option to enable the grid, which will assist you in being able to clearly see and position things much more conveniently while you're designing Zoho. And right here, you basically have access to a dedicated button that lets you take a quick look and preview the specific layer we're currently working on at the moment. I recommend always leaving it on. So now we'll go to the first setting, which is basically choosing our background. We can choose a background color, we can select from our backgrounds, and we can also add an image. So let's add an image I have here on my computer. Great, I've added my image. And basically we see that it's covering the whole page. Here we can also change its position, drag it, and resize it with our fingers. Next, we'll go and add a placeholder for an image. I've added a placeholder for the image. Let's place it right in the center so it's convenient and looks nice. And we can see here that it also helps us understand where the center is. Great, it looks like now we're centered both vertically and horizontally, so let's position it. We can round the corners a bit if we want. Great. Now we've added one image placeholder. If you want, you can simply add more and more image placeholders and place them wherever you like. Text, we can add a title, we can add a subtitle, we can add body text, we can add contact details, which is something you'll define in the settings. For example, your name and phone number or your Instagram account. And it will simply be added for you automatically. It's very convenient. You can add a QR code, which is really cool. We have 3 types of QR codes. The first is a QR code that, when scanned, will lead the person to a link to download the photos. In other words, to receive the digital copy of the photos. We have another one, which is a QR code for downloading the Alive app. That's for using the Alive effect. So guests need to download an app called Alive, and basically this is a quick link to download it easily. So for anyone using the Live effect, I recommend using this. You can also create one of your own, for example, for your Instagram, your website, Google reviews. It's really cool, a nice feature, and I recommend using it. For text, of course, we can add it, and you'll see here that you can change the font. You can actually choose a different font. You can enlarge the text, shrink the text, change the text color to whatever you want, and basically you can place it wherever you want and write anything you like. You can duplicate, you can delete, it's really convenient. So for now, we'll leave it like this. You can actually add logos from files you have on your computer. So again, we'll go here to our file library. I'll go as usual and add my image, and you'll see that it gets added here. And now we can simply take it and drag it onto the screen. Here too, you can round its corners if you want and just place it wherever you like. So for now, I'll leave it here. We'll skip the presets for now because I'll leave that for the end, and instead, let's go to the layers. In the layers, we can bring any layer forward or send it backward and actually see how it affects things. So here you can see that when I move it, it changes. Regarding printing, we can send a test print here and actually see how our frame will come out. So you'll see that we have a test print here, and you can simply click on it. And for sharing, you can send the frame to someone, and you can also do an export or import. Export is basically to export the file, and import is to load it for use on another device. So you can prepare it on one iPad and send it to another iPad, although actually, the frames are shared. So once you create it on one device, it will also be available on your other device. Basically, once we've finished designing, we'll go ahead and click right here on the Save button, and then simply click on the Use button whenever you are ready if we want to use it. Great. Now, a few more things about frames that I haven't shown. We have presets here. Feel free to use them. These are basically ready-made templates for headers in all the most popular sizes. You can just click and it will give you the template so you can continue designing from there. So for example, strips, great. Now, we can also, as you'll clearly see right here, you actually have a very handy undo button. You see, there is both an undo and a redo function available for you to use. So if you happen to make a mistake while working, you can easily fix it. Just go ahead and use this feature, and basically, as soon as we try to undo... Hold on a second, sorry, that was actually my mistake. I accidentally exited the program. Basically, as soon as we try to go back and we haven't saved something, we'll see that it prompts us to save. Now, let's go to the nice frame I set up with our picture and try to use it. You'll see that the label has been added here, and now we can go to the event. Take a photo with the frame. We see it's here, and you can actually take a picture with it. So, for example, let's try to take a picture here with the frame. Great. I took a picture, and we can see here that the photo has been placed inside the frame we prepared. We applied the AI effect to the photo. Right now, let's let it load. And what I actually want to show you is that the photo will appear in the gallery together with the frame, and the AI effect will also be applied to the photo. So for now, let's give it a moment to load. Great. So as you can clearly see right here, my effect of turning myself into a cartoon holding a beer on the beach has actually worked out incredibly well, and it has been perfectly placed inside the frame we prepared. Now we can actually send this to the client in any way we want, and they will receive the picture. Of course, it will also appear in the gallery with the frame, and you can see both the regular photo, the AI-generated photo, and the photo with the frame. Now let's move on to the frames in our web dashboard. What we saw here with the frames is basically our basic version. Now I want to show you the advanced version. So now we're in our web dashboard, and we'll go here to the frames page. Here we can see all the frames we've created. You can actually see the frame I just made right now. And here too, you can duplicate a frame or delete a frame. Now, here we'll see something we don't have in the app, which is actually browsing through ready-made frames that we've prepared for you. So you can see here that there are tons and tons of frames that are perfectly suitable for a wide variety of different special occasions. So just to give you a few specific examples, you can see here beautifully designed frames for a baby shower, for an engagement party. You can also see here options for a wedding, for Easter, or even for a joyful child's birthday celebration. Whether you are celebrating a sweet 16 birthday, a heartfelt Mother's Day, sending congratulations for a bar mitzvah, or enjoying Cinco de Mayo, there are absolutely tons and tons of wonderful things available here. So you are more than welcome to use this extensive collection. Now, just for the sake of a quick example, I'll choose a specific frame right here, let's say for a Cinco de Mayo theme. All you really need to do is simply click on the button that says Use Templates to get started. And this will open a new window where you design the frame. So you'll see that the frame comes with all kinds of preset text and a ready-made background, and now it's yours. You can simply design it from here. So you can go here and again change the size, you can change the background. You'll see that the frame editor we have on the computer is better and more advanced than what we have on the iPad. So I really recommend switching to use it here. And another thing that we don't have on the iPad and only have on the computer is the graphics feature. You'll see here that we actually have elements and we have graphics. So inside graphics, we've prepared a lot of ready-made items that you can simply take and add to your frame. So let's say now, I don't know, I want to add something here for Cinco de Mayo, something cool like that. So you can do that. You can really add them. All the things we've prepared, you can just place them wherever you want. It's really convenient. You'll see that everything you do is automatically saved. Every change, you'll see here that it's saved. And this way, we can design frames on the computer, just like in Canva. It's really, really convenient. I recommend using it. You'll see that, for example, you can make the picture a circle, a square, play around with it. It's a great thing, very, very convenient. Here too, you can upload files. We have the presets, we have all the layers here. And something we have here that I don't think anyone else has, not even on the iPad, is actually the collaboration feature. You can actually invite people to edit the frame together with you. So look how you do it. Invite collaborator. We can send a link or send it via email, and we can grant access to allow editing only of the text, or to grant access to edit everything, or to give view-only access. You can decide how long you want this link to be active, and basically we've created a link. Here it is. You copy it, and for example, let's open another window here, copy the link, paste it, and you'll see that we're actually viewing it. Here we've joined. You can see here between a live demo as invited you to add this template, and now we can see the frame. So let's say you have a client who wants to design the frame themselves or wants to decide on the text. You can now do that, and it's very convenient. So we've placed here the template that we actually took from our ready-made library. And if you don't want to use our library, then of course, simply create a new template. You'll see that here too. It asks you to select your printer so that it will be as accurate as possible. You can also see here that even within DMP, there are different types, so it's as accurate as possible. I really recommend using this, but of course, anyone who doesn't want to can also create it themselves. So now, let's create a strip, for example, and you'll see that we can start designing the strip however we want. I'm adding text here. You can really design it in the most convenient way for you. Change everything here. That's it, in my opinion, for the video about frames. We've covered everything. Again, if you have any questions, of course, you're welcome to reach out, but I hope I've covered everything. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.